Should you take magic mushrooms for depression? Let's find out.
Wait. Before we actually start this stuff, if you stay until the end of this video, I'm gonna show you how you can get access to an amazing, mind-blowing, secret community of drug abusers. Back to you.
Alright, so if you are watching this, well, you're probably wondering if you should take magic mushrooms for depression. And you're probably wondering whether if psilocybin treatment is the right thing for you. Well, before I really answer this, I guess we gotta go over a few things first. So, assuming you are watching this and you have depression, you should really look at why you have depression. So, you shouldn't just be taking things to try to treat your depression randomly. More times than not, your depression is probably caused by just thinking incorrectly, essentially. Or better yet, pretty much thinking about yourself too much. You're probably thinking about, oh me, why am I not getting what I want? Right? Sound familiar? And so really what it comes down to is desire. And you are just butthurt over the fact that you are not getting what you desire or want in some way, shape, or form. And so now you have your mind essentially just telling you this over and over, and you're all down and out because of it. And so the first thing you should try to do is just get over it yourself without any third-party help. And the best way to do that is really just to look at your current perspective and find a better one. Because if your current perspective is making you depressed, chances are you have a bad perspective. Because it goes back to whether the cup is half full or half empty. And the answer is it's both. It just depends on how you look at it. And so the key idea here is if you don't like the outcome of how you're looking at something, well, you need to change how you look at it. Because right now you're butthurt because of how you look at something or because of how you perceive something. And so you need to change how you look at it. Like right now you're looking at it like, oh, my cup is half empty. But you could just look at it like, hey, my cup is at least half full, all right? Better than being half empty. But yeah, so that is step number one. Now, step number two is, well, should we use magic mushrooms for depression? And I guess that really depends. It depends on, for example, your history with mental illness, for one. And it also depends on, depending isn't the right word. It's more like, are you willing to take a gamble? Because I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that magic mushrooms has a big chance of making your depression 1 billion times worse and you actually having way more relevant depression. Like right now, you may be being depressed because a girl won't talk to you. Oh, or you're not making enough money. Oh, or I'm in a job I don't like. You see, these are very shallow problems, right? And that's why I find it hilarious when people get depressed over that type of stuff, because it's super, super shallow. And in the grand scheme of things, it's really not a big ordeal at all in comparison to the biggest ordeal, which is your mortality or your death. Because the fact is, when you die, well, say bye. It's kind of like, imagine this. Imagine life is like the light being on and death is like the light being off.
Why, hello there. If you don't mind, out of the kindness of your gentle heart, could you please Like the fuck out of this video!
And so all your quote-unquote imaginary problems only exist when the light is on. That's the good news. And so technically all your problems would be gone if you just died. But the thing is, pretty much everybody is attached to life in some way, shape, or form. They have desires they want to fulfill, and because of which, if they were to die, they would, if they could still perceive after their death anyways, would be extremely butthurt because now they can't fulfill said desires. But my point being is, kind of got sidetracked here, is that if you take magic mushrooms for depression, you could very well face some quote-unquote realer problems, some deeper problems about your own mortality and death, which could make your depression a billion times worse. The good news is you'll no longer be depressed over your other stuff. The bad news is you'll be way more depressed over a much bigger problem than your previous problems, which is your own death. Now, of course, that's only a possibility. The other possibility is you become more, what's the word I'm looking for? You become more appreciative of everything, which is most likely what would happen if you took magic mushrooms for depression, because most of you probably won't go deep enough to really have your belief about your own mortality challenged enough. All right, like you only really get permanently messed up if you go deep like multiple times enough into challenging your belief about your own mortality. But for most people, that's not going to happen, and in which case, personally, if I had depression, I would probably do magic mushrooms to resolve it. This is coming from somebody that's done a lot of psychedelics, okay? And so just to give you, some clarification, like I'm not some random person who's never done psychedelics going, yes, I believe you should or should not do it. That'd be kind of weird, right? But yeah, it'll give you a much higher appreciation of life for a multitude of reasons. And just because of that appreciation, it'll make your current problems that you're depressed over basically look extremely minuscule in the big picture, because you'll just be more happy to be alive. You see, like right now, you don't really think about like the fact that you're just happy to be alive, because you're too swamped in like these little stupid, very stupid problems of yours about over your desires not being met. But once you do something like a psychedelic, it can really open your mind up to the fact of just being grateful and appreciative that you're alive. And no, you don't need to have some like, epic death experience to understand this, at least not a little. I mean, if you want to understand it more, then you'll definitely need that. But you don't need no death experience to get that sense of appreciation from the experience. Now, hopefully this helped you decide whether or not you should take magic mushrooms for depression. Personally, I would, but I can't tell you what to do, dude. You got to make your own decisions. Anyways, deuces.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the entire video. Hope you liked that stuff. But if you want to hang out more, right? Because who doesn't want to hang out with me? Be sure to check the link. I don't know where it's at actually. Where is it? I don't know. It might be in the description. It might be in the comments. Maybe it's even on this video. There's a link, okay? Click that, okay? And subscribe to my mailing list. And from there, you can get access to my amazing, super spectacular, awesome secret community of drug abusers. It's pretty cool though. Seriously though. Click the link. Check it out. See you there.